Hi there, Taurus, and welcome to your weekly love reading. So let's get started. Okay, so up first we have the roads to regret or remorse. Looking back, this reminds me of like Pocahontas, but like a more like grown-up version of Pocahontas. Um, so yeah, wow. Ooh, mask. Not showing true self. Who is not showing their true self? This is a woman here. Maybe you're hiding some aspects towards. Alright, so yeah, so not showing true self mask. Sometimes it's like it's a good idea to like protect yourself from people who are gonna like misunderstand or like be misguided by like the work you do or by who you are as a person. Yeah, you will rebirth into time. This is gonna be peace for you. Like there's a circle here, and there's a woman swimming in the circle. Like the water has created like this perfect little with this rocks around it, it's created this perfect little like swimming hole. And I feel like this is like a full circle type energy. Yeah, love. I feel like with some people you can't strong affection. Yeah, I feel like with some people you can't um like be like completely authentically yourself, but with others you can. Like with your person, I feel like you can be yourself. Marriage, sacred union. Wow. And this is kind of giving me all the same energy too. It's like there's like a woman at the beach here swimming. Then she's on the beach, the shores of the beach with her husband. And then she's also here with her husband by the cliff. So like they're all like on this like tropical romantic trip together during the winter time. Or maybe it's like after the winter time when summer finally comes too. So it could be either or. There's fire crackling and Yule time. Oh my gosh, this makes me want to take out like my Yule cards, my Yuletide cards. Maybe something happens or is happening to you during the winter time that's making you like. I feel like when you mask not showing true self, the roads to regret or remorse. Yeah, I feel like you're leaving the roads to regret or remorse behind because she's not even like on a road. She's in a boat with the water here. Um, Sometimes people try to like there's many different sides to people, but like I feel like some people just don't understand like the dynamics or the layers that like are involved in um like marriage and in love and peace and harmony. They just don't understand it or like they're afraid of it. Whole inner growth. Yeah, I feel like this old version of yourself, Taurus, had to like hide like big, huge, major like parts of yourself because people would like use it as like ammo against you. But like with your husband, your spouse, your person, your special person, um, that you want to marry. And I was also just watching Love is Blind, the new season. And it's like just dragging out. Like I'm just like ready for the drama already. But like as you know, there's gonna be some women that are jealous of other women, there's gonna be some men that are jealous of other men. That's just like how people are. It's just like inevitable. So especially when the love triangles happen, one man falls for two women, one woman falls for two men. It's all the oldest story of all time. It never it never gets old, but it's always there. It does get old, you know. So it's like, but it's something to talk about, right? So I feel like I feel like you sort of had to like go through like and they don't see each other. You engage. The whole premise of the story is like you get in this social dating aspect of the whole show game or whatever is like you don't let the person physically see you and you try to build an emotional connection. And I feel like this mask is a metaphor for like that someone not seeing you, your face, they falling in love with you for the emotional connection. And nowadays on like dating apps, right? You post a picture online and the person sees you and then that's what draws them to you. The immediate like satisfaction of thinking that person is attractive. And then they message you because they're attracted to your physical aspect. And then you start talking and they're like boring, blah blah. Like I don't care about what you're talking about. I don't care what you're going through. I just wanna like be with you, right? Keep it PG. I just want to be with you, right? And read between the lines there. And it's like, what if you're on there for something more deeper or more meaningful? And you say that, you put that in your bio or whatever, and then you don't get any hits, right? Like the universe sends us these signs that, like, you know, um, usually these dating apps are not designed for long-term relationships. But speaking from my own experience, I do know, like, I met my husband on Tinder, and like we talked for a really long time before we like actually went on a date, and I was a single mom too, so I was like very protective of like who I bring around my daughter and like why I'm bringing them around my daughter. So I wanted to make sure, like after a couple dates, I was like, are you like dating around? Are you like interested in a long term relationship? Are you interested in something more serious? Are you interested in making it official? Like you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend. We don't have any other boyfriends. We don't have any other girlfriends. Like, we're exclusive. And my now husband Dan was like, yeah, I'll just like, I'll do that, like, like sure, why not? And he had never even had like a girlfriend before, because I won't get into all the backstory, but basically he never had like a serious girlfriend before, and so I was like, okay, all right, let's do that. So we made it official, and then he also bought me this perfume that I was like loving, obsessed with. I really wanted that I couldn't even like afford to get for myself, and yeah, sweetie, it was Misty perfume, and he actually bought it for me. And he saw that I really liked tulips because I think I posted something about tulips or something, which I don't even remember. But somehow he knew to get me tulips, and he got me tulips, which are my favorite flower, and he got me Miss Dior perfume. What, sweetie? You're playing with the dollhouse? So yeah, anyways, but like eventually when I like had gone on a few dates with him and he got me the perfume and the flowers, which is like huge for me because no guy I'd ever dated before had ever gotten me a gift, like ever. And not even flowers. I had one guy literally tell me he was going to take me to the flower store so I could pick out the flowers so that he wouldn't get the wrong one. I'm like, bro, like it's so easy. You just like, if you don't know what to get roses. Like if you don't know what to get, ask the florist. Like if you don't know what to get, Google what are good flowers for a first date. Like it's not rocket science. Like I broke up with him like right after that. Not like I was like, yeah, no. And it was Valentine's Day. I was like, this is the most unromantic thing ever. And there was no like talk of dinner and a date, like anything. It was just, oh, you know what he thought was romantic? Me having dinner with his brother and his dad. I was like, this is the most unromantic thing I've ever experienced in my life. So fast forward, I'm dating my now husband, and after a few dates, and the flowers and the Mysterious perfume definitely helped. I realized that I was ready to introduce them to my daughter Love. And so that's what I did. And he was like a gentleman, and he was really nice. And we went to the park and the playground, and he made me laugh. And he was just like playful and fun and friendly. And my daughter, wasn't like didn't get a weird vibe or whatever from him. Like kids can pick up on that stuff for sure. So, yeah, so twin flame, okay? You're looking for somebody that gets you, that understands you, okay? Soulmate material. And my husband is the first person I ever, like, considered, like, could be my actual soulmate. Like, I didn't really understand the whole soulmate thing before, the twin flame thing before. And I do believe that there could be, like, due to certain circumstances, there can be like you meet someone and they're your soulmate, for a certain time or period, and then you can meet someone else. I do believe that theory could be true, but I also think it's like there's a lot of other things that go into that. So don't think you could be dating like 5 soulmates at one time. I don't think that's like a thing. I think it's like you have one soulmate for this amount of time, and then there is, I won't get into all the details, but I do think there could be certain circumstances where, like, you end up with another soulmate, like there are phases. What, honey? Okay. Yeah. But anyways, so I think that I feel like Taurus, in the past, you had a lot of regrets and remorse with the people that, like, the universe, like, put in your life for a reason. But I feel like you don't have to, like, and this is, like, before you met your soulmate. This is before you got married. This is before you met your person where you had an emotional connection, right? Where love is blind, right? Where it's not just about physical, like, chemistry. It's about emotional fulfillment as well. But I think, like, in the past, the universe put a lot of, like, toads, right? You have to kiss a lot of frogs, right? Toads, right? Some toads. Ugh. Oh my gosh, so many toads. But, like, you had to, like, meet some not so Prince Charmings, right? Before you ended up, like, actually with the person you were supposed to be with. And I feel like society teaches us to, like, feel bad about, like, oh, well, you should have been smarter. You should have picked somebody with more money. You should have picked somebody who was more emotionally available. Like, it's your fault. Like, it's always the girl's fault, right? But that's not the truth here. That's not the case here. Just like Pocahontas was, like, a badass, right? And she, helped her people, and she, did a lot of amazing things, right? Disney, gives us the, like, short version of it, but, like, there's more dynamics there, like, interesting, enough, like, she didn't end up marrying John Smith, like, in the Disney movie, who was, like, her love interest. She actually ended up going to England, and she actually ended up marrying uh, another John Rolfe. So I feel like sometimes you meet, like, one John, right? And, like, he's there for a moment or a time being for a purpose or reason. But then, and you might regret, like, your decisions of, like, dating that person, and then finding out later, like, they weren't serious, but they were serious for that time. They were meant for a lesson for that time. And now you've moved on, and now you're, like, meeting another John who is, like, your husband and your soulmate and your twin flame, right? So there's all these different things that are happening and going on. But just don't have any regrets, or, like, don't feel bad, like, if something didn't work out. Like, there was a reason for that, okay? Just like the Yule card with the winter time. It's like, you were meant for a time, for a season, to go through something. And it's, like, has a lot to do with, like, karmic lessons and spirituality. And it's like the universe isn't saying, like, you deserve to, like, have trusted this person and then be a jerk. You learned how to trust people, how to give people the benefit of the doubt. You learned how to be vulnerable. You learned how to like stick up for yourself. Even like if you're dating someone who's toxic and you're like, oh my gosh, I really wish I never met this person, like, but you did meet them so you could learn what you don't deserve versus what you do deserve. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, look at it like the silver lining there. It's like, yeah, this person you dated in the past might have been like a really bad egg, and you didn't know it at first because when you first met them, they were like rainbows and sunshine. But then after you got to know them, you were like, wow, they have an agenda, right? They have a underlining reason why they are with me, right? It's for them, right? It's not for me. It's not for both of us. In a healthy dynamic, they're giving emotionally to the relationship and meeting milestones,